Welcome to my matchmaking agency. I am Fiona, ogre, love dealer, you know. So, here you will be able to meet quality people who fit within your preferences. So, why don't you tell me a bit about yourself so I can establish a profile, and then I will give you some profiles that you might be interested in. A-listers, of course, only princesses. Um, yes, so you can date within your cast, if you will. So, my first question is, what is your title exactly? Are you a prince? Are you a king? Are you a magician? Are you a count? Okay, fancy, fancy. And I'm sorry, I should have started with that. What is your name, or do you have a how could I call that? A nickname that people know you as? For example, one of my pretendants back in the day was called Prince Charming. I know, very basic, but it works. You get the idea. So, what's yours? Mm, not bad at all. That's actually pretty attractive. It will definitely help you in your search for your perfect soulmate. Now, let's talk money, because of course, if you want to have your HEA, happily ever after, you need, the cash to back it up. Because, this is a very special matchmaking agency. I'm only dealing with extremely rich people, so they expect to meet other rich people, if you know what I mean. Oh well, if you just wanted to meet someone the regular way, some peasant, you could have just used Tinder. If you came to me, that means you're looking for, A-listers. So tell me all about your gold. Well, it's not too bad. With that kind of money, plus the castles on your uncle's side, you could pretend to anyone on my list. Now, do you want to have children? I mean, it's usually a condition, but times are evolving and people are not so much turned towards family these days. So let me know. And we also have some princesses who already have children, so they are less inclined to, making a family again, having more babies. Okay. Do you mind if your partner already have children? Very open-minded. Do you have a preference, physically speaking? Do you like red hair? Do you like blondes? Do you like brunettes? You like everything. All that. That's just perfect. Oh, I know. People are sometimes shocked because when they see me, they expect me to look like an ogre, and which I did. But then I watched Endgame and I was like, okay, if Hulk can do it, I can do it too. So, best of both worlds. I look green, but I also look human. So everyone loves me. Moving on. What is your goal in life? Being rich, handsome, and successful. Original. And do you have a stallion or another way of transportation? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not shocked anymore. The other day, I had some guy, I think his name was Merlin, and he was telling me about this broom that he just got, like a flying broom. So, Oh, talking about magic, do you have any powers? No. Okay. well, I do think it's best to keep magic out of this stuff because, yeah. Do you have any evil fairy godmother? Great, 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 great. I am so done dealing with the fairy grandmothers, the fairy grand sisters, the fairy grand aunts. I mean, I had a fairy godmother. And well, let's just say things didn't go so well. I'm not here to talk about myself, but if my experience can help you in any way, my fairy godmother pretty much turned my dad into a human being because he was a frog, thus enabling him to marry my mother. And well, my dad had to pay the price for that enchantment. So he agreed to have me locked up in a tower until some prince rescues me, and I was locked up there for like 20 years. Yeah, the fairy, she brought me to the tower when I was like 7 years old. So yeah, not a fan of fairy godmothers, fairy grandmothers, fairy cousins, just anyone that's a fairy, not a fan. But everything worked out for the best. And I mean, the fairy is probably also the person who made me into an ogre by night in the first place, which I am now very grateful for, but still, fairies are bad news. Now, what do you do on a typical Saturday night? Okay. What is an achievement you are most proud of? Oh, war. Okay, give me something real. Like all those guys say the same thing. I killed 1,000 ogres. I killed 1,000,000 ogres. Like, tell me something that is actually different. That's not bad. Okay. Now, talking about the girls, would you prefer someone who is in needing of rescue, or would you rather have an independent woman? In which case, I don't have many, so. Oh, you don't care? Okay. Then I'll just present you with my main girls, and I'll start with a very handsome lady called Pocahontas. Her dream is basically to get a hot guy. No, she doesn't really have any dream of her own. I'm reading her chart right now, and she left it blank. And in the section life goal, she wrote, I want to find out what's around the river bend, which is a bit unusual considering she could actually find out what's behind the river bend or what's around the river bend by just, take a walk. I'll take her one afternoon top. But anyway, she's very big on environmental issues. So, she's like vegan. It's like kale salad, vegan smoothies every day. So you need to be okay with that sort of state of mind. Yeah, she's very close to nature. And well, if you're from a foreign land, I'm afraid that it might be an issue because she's the kind of girl who doesn't want to, leave her family, leave her house because she feels like she's needed there. So she's not the kind to move for someone. But she's very kind, very simple girl. And she loves a handsome young man. So yes, that's for Pocahontas. Then we have Mulan. I don't know if you like Chinese girls, but they are so in right now. I mean, the whole Asian thing is so in. I mean, thanks to like BTS, K-pop, I mean, Dr. Nico in Grey's Anatomy, I mean, Charles Melton in Riverdale. It's like the Asian thing is on. So if you have a bit of a, yellow fever, Mulan might be the one for you. She has no goal of her own either, or at least she never told me. She left that case blank. But about the achievements, she wrote down that she saved her country. She saved China, which is pretty impressive. So if you are easily threatened by empowered women, Mulan might not be the one for you. But then again, yeah, she's really sweet. She wrote, "I can do everything like a man," which I mean it is amazing, but at the same time, that means that her success is measured by masculine standards. So, yeah, Mulan, the Chinese beauty. Moving on to the third princess, Aurora. I mean, her actual name is Talia, but now she goes by Aurora. Um, she has one goal: find a husband. Although, in her defense, she is not interested by wealth or power. She is very humble, and she just overlooks the financial aspects of things. She's more interested in a romantic experience. An annoying point, though, she has three fairy godmothers, which is hell, because these three fairy godmothers are hella controlling. So, yeah, and advice: if you meet her, keep the spindles away, because she has this habit of just prickle her finger. Although something else, she has two children. Yes, she has kids. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Besides, they're adorable, but there's a bit of history. So there's a bit of baggage here. To tell you the whole truth, a few years back, Aurora kind of had an incident and she fell asleep for quite a number of years. And then this king kind of appeared out of nowhere to gather the fruits of her love, which is a nice way of saying he raped her. And then she gave birth to twins, and luckily, one of the twin sucked the splinter from her finger, which woke her up. So now she's a single mother of two. But she's coping with that fact really well. She's really nice. She hasn't given up on love, and she's a very traditional type of person. If you're into the traditional kind of woman, I think you would appreciate her very much. Now, moving on to Jasmine. Jasmine wants to marry someone as well. I mean, that's why she came to the agency, but that seemed to be her only goal as well. She wants to marry for love. She is not interested by money, or she's not supposed to be, but she's a bit of a brat, let's be honest. She's one of the richest of my clients. She has a tiger as a pet. I mean, that's how rich she is. And she yells at everyone and she thinks she's some sort of queen, which she kind of is, but still, it's like she's not very respectful and she lets her tiger bite people. I mean, she's a bit rude. And, well, let's just say she never really gets out of the palace. She's quite sheltered. I would say she's the most sheltered of all of them. And I think she went out of the castle twice, once to consult me, and once because I can't remember why, but anyway, what she told me about it is that she went out and suddenly she found herself stealing and needing a man. So anyway, the next princess is a very beautiful person named Snow White. I'm aware it's not a name, but she insists on being called like that because she wants it to be known that her skin is pale as snow. And she has basically two goals in life. One, escaping her evil stepmother. So that's that can be sort of an issue. I mean, she doesn't get along with her family. So if you're more of a family man, Snow White might not be the person for you. And her second goal is to, make it work with the man she loves. So yeah, she's a very nice girl. Not very smart sometimes. I mean, she did eat that apple, but then again, the apple was like a symbol of sexual awareness or awakening. So, anyway, I'm getting lost in my thoughts, and that's about it for the princesses I have to offer you. Oh, you had someone in mind already. Why didn't you tell me? Oh, oh well, Belle, she is quite popular. I mean, she is French for starters, but no, I'm so sorry. Belle is actually off the market. Not that she married or anything, but she is absolutely not interested in men. All she wants is adventure. She wants to read, and she doesn't like to conform. So she's not within my clients. I mean, she's a dear friend of mine, and yeah, but I don't think she's interested in dating at the moment. I think she wants to educate herself and, you know, just live an adventure and get smarter and read and read and read, which is something I really admire. I myself don't have much time to read, considering I am a matchmaking queen, so I have so many clients I have to take care of. But if I had more time, I would definitely be more like Belle. So, anyway, if anyone speaks to you, out of all the princesses I introduced you to, let me know. I will give them a quick call and I'll arrange some sort of date, and we can decide on which date you would want to go on. I mean, we can decide what kind of venue you would like. If you would like to have it at your castle, even though that might be a bit intimidating, if you want to have it in the forest, if you want to have it on the beach. I mean, for example, Pocahontas would love to have you guys first date in the forest by the campfire. But if you meet Jasmine, I think it would be better to have it at your castle, because she's much more comfortable when she's surrounded with luxury. So to recap, we have Snow White, Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan, Aurora, and that's about it. Let me know what you decide, and we'll be in touch. Anyway, thank you so much for visiting me, Fiona, Ogre, Love Dealer, Matchmaker, and I really hope you get this HEA, happily ever after.